Righty ho. This story here is about the two times my brother assaulted me with a vehicle. Um, so, first one's pretty average. Well, depending on who you are, I guess you might find it pretty funny or whatever. But the second one's pretty good. So wait around for that at least. So the first time he got me was me and my mate Matt had been. We'd been at the cemetery. We were sort of goth at the time, and the cemetery was cool to hang out with. I guess whatever. So we were pretty young. Like I feel like 18 at the most. So yeah, brother would have been 16, 17, and he had just sort of got his license in the last not too long, and was driving Dad's car. If I remember, I'm pretty sure it was Dad's car. So we were walking back home from the cemetery, and we saw him driving the car, and decided, oh, hey, give us a ride home. We were about maybe 200-300 meters away from home, like it was a block away at the most. And Matt jumped in, and I thought it'd be fun to drive, sit on the bonnet, like I'd done many a time before. We'd done this kind of stuff a lot, like it wasn't a big deal, but it was a bit wet at the time, and the way I sat, so I've got some little props here. I'm sitting like this on the bonnet, and so he gets up to a little bit of speed. It wouldn't have been too fast off the top of my head, but decides to swerve, and he slams the car left, and he slams the car right like this, and as he went left, I sort of slid and lost my balance and rolled and landed hands and knees straight onto the tar seal road, and as he came back, he clipped me with the side of the car, just barely clipped me with the side of the car, and my knees are all torn up, my jeans have been ripped and blood pissing out, and stone rash on my hands, and I was fuming. So I got up, and he locked the door instantly, and like he's pissing himself in the car, Matt's pissing himself in the car, and I'm just absolutely pissed, like absolutely pissed off. And like, I remember thinking at the time, like, you're lucky this is Dad's car, or I'd fucking break this window, because he locked himself in. I just wanted to kill the car. I have a pretty long fuse, but once it's set off, I can get pretty mad, and he's pretty good at. I certainly was very good at getting setting my fuse off. There was no, like, within a couple of seconds I'd calmed down, and I was still angry, but not angry enough to hurt him, and I think I even jumped back on the bonnet to go home, but over the way we got back home. And I get home, and Dad notices my jeans are ripped in the blood and all that kind of stuff, and goes, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, what's happened there? And I was sort of thinking, Dad used to fucking tear the shit out of ants, my brother, and I was like, nah, he doesn't deserve this for this. This was mostly my fault. Like, I should have never jumped on the fucking bonnet of the car. It was really dumb. And so I'll just make something up, and I've hurt myself, so he won't be too worried. Won't be a big deal. So I told him that I'd been running around in the cemetery, and because it was raining, I slipped on some concrete, landed on my knees, blah blah blah. But he went absolutely fucking apeshit at me. I remember just thinking, like, why are you yelling at me? Like, he lost the plot. Like, you shouldn't be fucking running around there, this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, holy fuck, like, oh yeah, alright, Dad. Like, sort of looking at my brother like, fuck you, man. Like, I was more pissed off at him for that. I was like, hopefully he was like pretty stoked to knock him out, because it's certainly something I would have normally done. So we sort of went on about the day and all that, but so that was the first time. But the second time, now this one was a good one. We'd been, it was at my mate Aaron's 21st, and he had this, oh my god, okay, a Suzuki Fronte, can't remember the year, but I think he said it was a 550cc two-stroke, like, it is a little car, but he'd been paddock bashing that around, and there's a few of us have been surfing on the roof, trying to stay up, and I got pretty good at it, and every time I got thrown off, it'd sort of hit the ground, roll on the grass, and then everyone who was driving would pretend to come at you, and I'd just stand like, come on, bring it on. I had a bit of Dutch courage in me and all that kind of thing. And I am just that kind of a person, I guess. But yeah, so got to a certain point, and we'd been doing it for at least half an hour or so, and I'd sort of been egging everyone on, and sort of got into a bit of a circle with people just talking around. I was like, you guys, you're all too scared to hit me and all this kind of stuff. None of you would do it. And I was sort of, I don't really remember exactly why I was saying that, but I was kind of just full of bravado in that, like, because I knew they wouldn't. But I didn't really sort of think about it, and I saw Ants, and I was like, fuck, this cunt, he'll fucking do it. I was like, that's alright, I've got this. And I planned, I was like, when he comes to hit me, because I know he fucking will, he'll at least get really stupid close. What I'll do is I'll jump the car, because it's a really little car, really small. I'll get some pictures of it, but hopefully there's already been one in there. But yeah, so it's a really small car. I was like, yeah, I'll jump this, because I had a pretty good leap, you know, high jump and all that kind of stuff. I was pretty good at that. I was like, yeah, I'll be able to clear this car, no sweat. Anyway, so eventually it did get to the time where I'm riding on the roof of the car. My brother's driving, my mate Todd's in the passenger seat, and he flicked me off, and he goes straight down to the end of the paddock, spins around, and just like, just a second I locked eyes with him. I was like, yeah, he's gonna do it. And he just puts his foot down and just like, whatever. I don't think this thing got very much speed, considering it's in the grass. It was two, late teenagers, you know, in the early 20s guys in there. So it wasn't exactly going 100 k's an hour, but he got pretty much as fast as you get it in those conditions. And at the last second, I was like, fuck, I can't jump this, like, all the way across the paddock. I'm like, I've got this. And then at the last second, I'm like, man, I should have run towards it and got a run up. Like, I cannot just standing jump this. And I was like, oh fuck, it's too late now, I can't get out of the way. And so yeah, I went straight over the fucking bonnet. And this is how I imagined it happening, because I went from bonnet, I remember this much. He clipped me here, and I come up, my hip hit the windscreen on the very corner, which I thought I'd broken at the time, but didn't do a damn thing. And then I started flipping, and I must have only done a flip and a bit and landed on this side. I remember landing straight on that side, and at the time I had no idea how many flips I'd done or how long I'd been flipping for. Like, I just got absolutely spun. Like, if anyone's ever done like any sort of extreme sport and that sort of thing, when you fall, you get a bit of time to sort of balance yourself out and that sort of thing, and you know, oh, I've got about this much time land, I can split my body and make it hurt the least. I had none of that. It was maybe the only time in my life where I've just been absolutely out of control in the air and had no idea where I was, when I was going to hit the ground. All I could see was like I was in a washing machine or something, and then all of a sudden, boom, hit the ground. And fuck, I was like instantly like stopped for a second. I'm like, fuck, like sort of moving around, like, okay, I can move, like, because yeah, obviously the first thing you want to move is your legs. Can your legs move? And I sort of sat there for a bit, like, buzz out, wow, like, that hurt a little bit, but I'm fine. Like, nothing's broken. Like, I can tell because I'm like, I can feel a thump on me, but that's it. There's no bruising or anything, I don't think. And so I was sitting there, not thinking much of it. Oh my god, like I still remember the look on both of their faces, Todd and my brother, as they fucking hit me, like just the biggest, cheesiest grins. Todd is just pissing himself. My brother's just, they knew exactly that. We all knew from the moment I locked eyes with my brother what was going to happen, and it was, I don't blame him for laughing. It must look funny as fuck. But yeah, so yeah, he turned around and obviously he came back for me while I was sitting on the ground, and this time I got the fuck out of the way, like rolled away, got up, and yeah, started hobbling away, and yeah, so pretty much no injuries, but somehow the leg on the outside, so he hit me like this leg here, I got a cut on the inside of my calf, from the rust, from the rusty bonnet, and that's it. That was the only injury I had. Someone tried to get some plasters for me, but like I'll see if I can find it. I know I've got a photo of that somewhere. I was like, there's no plasters going to do anything for this. Like, it's a big ass cut, and yeah, like there's not even a scar there anymore. Like, so I'd like to say lucky, but that's just kind of how it goes when you got my dumb luck. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so that's the story. Yeah. Hopefully you won't hit me with any more cars.
Hey, a liar, my hands are on fire. Luckily my brother didn't hit me with a tire when he ran me over, not once but twice. And all my mom said was,
That's not very nice.